Hey guys, Kakarot197 again, and welcome back to part 3 of the Gryphios war set review. And last, but definitely not least, it's the Zeta Gundam. From, of course, the Zeta Gundam series and also the Double Zeta Gundam series. Now, like I said with the other two, all of the models from the Gryphios war set have slightly different colors than their normal releases. And for the Zeta Gundam, all the colors are indeed different. The blue is a very dark shade of blue. Here is the plated kit to compare a little bit. As you can see, this is really dark blue. It's almost like the Titans versions of the mobile suits. Very dark. Now, the yellow is also darker. It's kind of an orangey color. The red is also darker, and the white is actually kind of bluer. I read the paint guide and it's 90% white with 10% blue. Though it actually looks pretty white to me though. Also, the black on the wings and on the accessories is a very dark blue on the normal releases. You can also kind of see it on the plated one. So that's all for colors. Now for stickers, you of course get the standard eye stickers, a sticker for the front camera, sticker for the back camera. Then you get stickers for these parts here, front and back. Same goes for the arms here, front and back, and once again front and back. Then you also get sticker here and a sticker here, nothing on the back. And then you get two more yellow ones here and here. Now, on to articulation. The head goes up, down, turns around all the way if you're careful. There we go. So it goes around one way but not the other. And now it's stuck. Come on. Ah, great. Damn it. So, as I was saying, the head does turn around all the way if you're very careful. Also, the head isn't on a polycap ball joint but on a plastic ball joint, so you might want to be a little bit careful that it doesn't go flailing around if you move it around too much. Though, I've gotta say, my plated kit doesn't have any problems so far, so it seems like it's a very good connection. Now, the arms will turn around all the way because, of course, they're just on a peg. If you move this flap out, yeah, it's quite of an interesting setup here. You gotta move two panels out, and then the arms will go out about 90 degrees. Unfortunately, no forwards and backwards movement because it is, of course, a slightly older kit from 2003. Rotates below the shoulder, and then the elbow is just on one joint for about 90 degrees, and then the hands are on ball joints, so they will wiggle around and do everything a ball joint can do. The waist will, let's put that back in. Now the waist will move around all the way. Ah, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave those out for a while. And, come on! Now, onto the legs. The front skirts are molded together, but they can be separated. The legs go forwards nicely like that, backwards until they hit the back skirt like that, and they go out about that far. Now the knees are double jointed and they give a really nice movement range that far. Back, now the feet go forwards like that, backwards like that. There's also a toe joint, which is of course necessary for the transformation, and side to side nicely like that. Now there's also some movement in the backpack. This little tail thing goes up and down like that, and it's also in a joint here. So you can have of him like boosting in his mobile suit mode, and also these wings will move out. And it actually shows, well, he is like this in the manual when he's firing his Mega Bazooka launcher. Like that. Now, on to accessories. And talking about the Mega Bazooka launcher, and let's start with it. Now, you got these flaps here that open up to reveal these handles. If you can get them out like that, then this flap here opens up, and then you gotta be able to get this out like so. And then you've kind of got to fight a little bit with the model to get him to hold it in a good position. And the best way to have him hold it is under the shoulder, like this, and then bend it a little bit so that the other arm can go and hold it like so. It is best to have him hold it like under his shoulder so that it doesn't flop around in the hand, because it doesn't really sit all that secure in the hand, so you kind of have to do it like this. And then of course when he's in a mobile suit mode, this also extends, giving him even more weight to hold. And you might want to consider an action base, because this is of course quite front heavy, which is probably why the manual wants you to extend the tail fin. And then there you have it. One of the Zeta Gundam's signature poses, and he can pull it off beautifully. Now let's put this aside for a while and go on to his slightly smaller gun. Well, I say small, but it's still pretty big. His beam rifle. The unfortunate thing is, this little thingy here is used to store it while it's in its mobile armor mode or Waverider mode, but you cannot get rid of it. It's always there. Little bit unfortunate, but yeah, I guess we gotta deal with it. And sits in the hand quite loosely, but once again, you can get it to kind of lock in place, surprisingly, thanks to this little protruding piece. Or you can always have them hold it like under the shoulder once again. If you want to have them like extending its rifle in a nice shooting post, you can also do that if you like. Well, you kind of gotta squish it because the handle is movable, and then you can kind of sandwich it with the arm so that it kind of locks into place. Let's say it like that. So not too big of a deal that it doesn't really fit in the hand all that securely. Now, another accessory is his big shield, of course. And you also get 2 of these grenade packs, which go into his arm like that. Now, unfortunately, unlike the master grades, these things do not open up to reveal the grenades. But yeah, it is a high grade, of course, so yeah, it is always a little bit more limited than the master grade. Would have been nice if they did it, but yeah, it is very small. Now, his last accessory for his mobile suit mode is also my least favorite. He once again has one of those toothpicks molded with the hand, and the biggest problem of them all is none of these colors are the right color. Well, except for this, but this is a separate piece. So you have to paint it the black for the beam saber itself, and then you have to paint the gray for the hand. Yeah, good luck with that. Also, because of that, these thingies don't open up to reveal the beam sabers / kind of beam rifles when he's in his Waverider mode. Now, onto his transformation. Now, I know that I said transformation, but this guy is unfortunately a parts former. Now, with parts formers, you can always look at it from the bright side or from the negative side. So, I'll just look at both of them. The negative side is that I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Gundam Sentinel series model kits, but there is a 1988 model kit of the Zeta Plus C1, and it can actually fully transform. As you can see, it actually looks pretty good in its Waverider mode and looks decent in his mobile suit mode. Now, I do say transform, but you do have to remove the head and part of his body. But that's all. Other than that, it's a complete transformation. So the negative side is that this high grade from 2003 can do less than the no grade from 1988. But yeah, let's go on with the bright side. The bright side is, of course, that this is going to be a very sturdy machine, well, model kit, because you don't have to deal with a lot of moving parts that could possibly wear out later on. Now, I'll probably do a comparison with the Zeta Plus once again when I review the Zeta Plus, so look for an annotation if you're watching this a few months later. Now, so yeah, that's pretty much about the bright side. Another negative side is that, of course, you get an extra part, which also costs money. Now, on with the transformation, and you begin with ripping everything off the mobile suit. Gotta love transformation. Nope. Yeah. This is the easy part, of course. You simply rip everything off and hope you don't break anything while doing it. This, of course, means that you probably won't be transforming him all that much because it is quite a hassle. I mean, you gotta rip it all off and then if you want to transform him back, you once again gotta put everything on there. And you gotta do things in a specific order because if you don't do it, they won't fit on it. Come on, now just pull out the legs. There we go. And this here is all you've got left. I mean, that's quite a lot. Way to pause form, Zeta Gundam. You've got almost the entire torso left. Yeah, like half a mobile suit is thrown away when you transform him. Now, let's grab our little thingy here, and I'll grab the manual so that I know what to do. So, also some very nice detailing here with the thrusters. You simply put this on here, and that's also why this came off so easily, because it has to be easily removable. And as you saw, that's something the Zeta Gundam does pretty well. Things are easy to remove. And unless you're gonna do some crazy stuff like I just did during the review, they won't come off all that easily. Just gotta line this up. Clip in there. Now for the wings, and now it's starting to look like this Waverider already. Just put this in here, extend them like this. Another kind of unfortunate thing about this high grade is that the wings don't really fold out all that much. The master grade folds out. The master grade folds out a lot more. And here, now the legs, pretty easy. Just put this in here, flush, then remove this, slide this down, fold them up, and put it back in the other peg so that this little thruster here is revealed, and repeat the process with the other one. Like I said before, this isn't something you're going to do every day. And I've got a feeling that after this review, this guy isn't going to be transforming anymore. Well, it's still not as bad as a double Zeta Gundam. Now, just put these in there. Wait, other way around. That, and now we're almost there. Now, to put on his weapons, first you fold this in, fold that up, and now you use the peg which got in the way earlier to put it in here. Now, because this is of course pretty much an airplane, you would also want a landing gear. The unfortunate part is the landing gear only fits on the Mega Bazooka launcher. So, I see that there are 2 pegs here and 2 holes in the shield. Also, I don't think I mentioned it, but the shield does of course go in both arms. And then you've got a hole here, hole on the other side, and a hole here. But unfortunately there's nothing to cover up the holes. And there you have it. We've finally been able to transform him. Now I'll be right back when I spend another 5 minutes getting him back into his mobile suit mode. Now, once again, I'm just going to give some general thoughts about this mobile suit. The conclusion is going to be for part 4. So, overall, I'd say this is a great model kit, simply because it looks amazing. It looks exactly like you'd want the Zeta Gundam to look. And there are small minor annoyances, such as the weapons that don't really fit all that well into the hands, but because of how long they are, you're probably going to have, well, especially with this Mega Bazooka launcher, you're probably going to have it under the shoulder anyway. So it's not all that big of a deal. You've also, of course, got the lack of the beam sabers. So yeah, but overall, I think he makes up for it by just being great. Articulation is also very good, though the lower legs, the lower knee joint seems to be a bit on the loose side, but overall he does stand up, so it's not going to get in the way of him being able to stand up or pose. It's just something to watch out for in the future. The funny thing is though that my plated one does not have that problem, maybe because the plastic is thicker. So yeah, overall this is, like I said before, it's still a great mobile suit, especially for its time. This is a quite old mobile suit. So overall, it could use some touch-ups, but it's still a great model. Now, for some final comparisons, here he is with his brother, the Double Zeta. I actually find it funny that despite the name, these two don't really have all that much in common. And here he is with another transformable mobile suit, the Delta Plus. And in case you didn't know that the Zeta Gundam was a pretty big mobile suit, here he is with a standard sized Gym Custom. As you can see, the Zeta Gundam is pretty big. And to make him look even bigger, here he is with the tiny Gun S. Same size, by the way. So, that's all for part 3, and see you at part 4 for the conclusion.